Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for another Whiskey Wednesday. Quite the Whiskey Wednesday that we have planned here. Got a few announcements to go through as we kick off the show, but more importantly, we do have Whiskey Row and Beyond the Row, David and Jamie, backstage right now, and they are going to help us with a flight that is over a year in the making. As many of you know, we spent a year reviewing every single ECBP batch that we could. Came out with a video a couple weeks ago where we highlighted what the top 4 batches were. And now we're going to put those 4 against each other in a blind flight challenge. Twist, there's actually 5 samples, though, in this flight. And I'll get to that in just a moment. So thank you for joining today, Whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. Well, in other news, just to catch everybody up, if you saw it on Monday, Hello Again Whiskey Friends did bring home the Dusty Dan Championship for the tournament that he was doing. We were going to bring it home one way or another. But I squeaked by with Trev over Darrell and Major Zero, and that'll be the last time I talk about it tonight. Maybe. But Darrell is already Blend Again champion, so I have no hard feelings. Kelsey, did the person you were rooting for win?
Of course. We both won. No, I thought it was a great battle. Like I said, I don't remember the exact score. What was the final score? What was the difference?
Further away than it sounds on paper. I think it was like 17-4. But
okay.
Had one question swung the other way, Darrell would have won by 1 point. So
gotcha. Yeah,
closer than it sounds.
What the final score was, but I said you by or Darrell by like 2 or 3 points. So when I called it, so it's all good, man. I'm excited about having these guys back on. This was really fun whenever they did the Christmas thing and had a bunch of channels on. When we first, literally, a month, maybe a month and a half before we even really anybody knew who we were. But such great people. Do great content. I'm excited to try these great whiskeys with them. It's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to it. Cheers, everybody.
Epic ECBP flight. Oh, I didn't pour anything to just sip on a while ago. Well, let's bring on Darrell here. Darrell, how are you feeling after Monday, buddy?
I'm feeling good, man. It was my birthday. You know, I didn't actually have some cake, which was the first time. My kids actually wanted it more than I did, but I didn't get any. But I had a good time, man. The blind was fun. Like I said, you can't win them all, but I had a good time nonetheless. You know, and I'm excited about this. I love Heaven Hill. I love Elijah Craig. So this is going to be killer. And I didn't pour any type of like control pours or anything like that because these are all barrel proof anyway. So I'll wait until we dive in before I start doing that. I don't want to be Jason falling out of the chair.
I failed.
Yeah. Epic video or clip.
Let's bring on our special guests here, David and Jamie. And David even said, last week on his live, and then he was telling us backstage, a lot of these batches he hasn't even had yet. So this will be the first time, I think, that they've tried many of the batches that we're about to have here. So
nice.
Let's bring them on and let's get their thoughts on the flight that we're about to do.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, guys.
Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, these look really good.
Cheers, Jamie.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
They're going to be very tasty.
Yeah, so there's a lot of these early batches that are before the ABC 120, whatever, before that naming convention. Anything before that naming convention, I have never had before. So this is going to be an interesting flight. But I do have the laser codes memorized for the C923, so I'll easily be able to tell those two and which is which laser code. I'm just saying.
There we go.
Oh,
That's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
No, I know.
So that is the twist, everybody. So there were 4 batches that we highlighted. So we've got batch 10, which was a pirate bottle. I think that one's from 2015, if I'm remembering correctly. A119, C919, and then C923. But we went this far, and I had both bottles open, so I put in the 2 laser codes that everyone's talking about. So there's the A23 batch and the A22 batch in this flight too. We'll take, as far as the rankings are concerned, whichever one, ranks the highest, or, we'll drop one of them off. But it'll be interesting to see if the A22 stands out, if it doesn't stand out, if it ranks high, if it's everyone's least favorite. If it is everyone's least favorite, though, in this flight, I don't know. There's only so much evidence you can bring to the table that there's a difference.
So I do have to ask, when you say pirate bottle, I saw your message. What was the Elijah Craig pirate bottles? Like, what was the concept?
Kelsey, Darrell, do you got one of the bottles there? The bottle shape?
Darrell does.
Okay.
Mine are in the closet.
So it's this barrel shape that just looks like a barrel.
Okay.
So those, I think the last batch of that would be the last one of 2016. They switched over with the A117.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so anything prior to 17 looked like those.
Yeah.
Bottle though. Darrell, Kelsey, what? I mean, it just looks like a barrel, but
Yeah. I don't know why people called them the pirate bottle, but it's all good.
I think the shape was like those old school like decanters, like when you're on a boat.
Maybe.
Like,
Okay.
the actual
Okay.
shape of it. I think that's where they got it from.
all right, we'll go with that. That's better than anything.
But I'm happy that you haven't had one of those. So we're gonna see if that stands out.
Yeah. I'm
Like, I know what my rankings should be, but it's always fun blinding to see if it actually holds true.
Yeah.
But none of these are bad. Not one of these. So
So as we're getting into this, guys, scrolling across the bottom are the super chat. What's up for super chat anyway? Taylor Boone's kicking us off with one of them. And Jeff is doing a backbone flight, including this bottle right here, an 11-year bourbon.
So doing a backbone flight, and this one was distilled in 2008 and then released in 2019. So when this particular one came out, I think I bought 3 or 4 of them. They were like $100 at the time. Glad I did. I still got one left, but this is bottle number 3 of the 4.
Nice. So make sure you guys get on that. I'm doing a JT Mellick flight. So if you guys don't know JT Mellick or know what that is, it's really come a long way in the last year. It's all grain rice whiskey. I know that sounds weird to you, but I promise I've fooled many a people thinking that it was Buffalo Trace or something else than it was. So it's some really, really good stuff. Other than that, let's see. Oh, Maureen's in.
And then Darrell's got his wild turkey flight.
yeah, I got a wild turkey flight in there.
Oh, yeah, she's won twice for me already, so she's going for the triple threat.
Keep the streak alive, Maureen.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you so much. And who is Taylor Boone? I got you in there too, buddy.
Awesome. Anything particular about this flight that instruction-wise, Jeff, that we need to go over? Other than just
No, I mean, we're just going to take this old school, just walk through them together, enjoy them. Let's maybe go through the noses first, and we can rank the noses just in case we need any type of tiebreaker. But ultimately, we'll make our own decisions, have our own ranking at the end. I'll attempt to do math after drinking 5 samples of ECBP, and we'll then do the unveiling. So I've got an envelope here, so nobody on the stream knows the order in which we are drinking these.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Appreciate it, Mark B. Thank you.
That.
I think Jeff got you in for 4.
Mark B.
What's up,
Mark B, you were in, buddy. Even though you were rooting for Darrell, I can root for you.
Do we
I had
want
to
to
get some
wait?
votes.
Do we want to wait till the end about the other announcements, Jeff, or how do you want to handle it?
We'll take it. We'll take moments as we go into the stream
Okay.
here. More people will be in later. But as a preview, we just got a few announcements tonight. First, supporting a good cause. I'll do a little bit of a spiel on that later, but there is a link in the description if you want a little preview, just helping support one of our good whiskey friends, David, over at 2B1B. He's doing some fundraising for Walk to End Alzheimer's. And then we will also have a sticker preview. We are getting word that our first picks, our backbone picks, are on the way, and we're going to have more details about that. But I'll also show you the stickers that I put together. So everyone here will be the first people to see it.
Awesome. Exciting.
That's big news.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. It's the first of, well, I guess 5 right now. So we'll, yeah.
Would
A
you
little
say
scary,
6?
but yeah, we need everybody's support.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely some good stuff though that was chosen, man. So I'm pretty excited about those picks. Like Backbone too, like we're talking about. Everybody loves Backbone. MGP, you get solid MGP and you get those right barrels, man. Like they kind of sell themselves after somebody tastes one.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so even if they sit for like a couple days until they get in the hands, you know, then word of mouth spreads and they're like, oh, gobbling them up. But
True.
yeah, we got some good stuff in the works. I'm excited about this, man. I'm looking at the color. Like for the most part, they're around the same color, but there's one standout that's like noticeably lighter. And I don't know which one that one be.
Man, maybe it's my lighting. I've got 2 that are darker and 3 that are the same color.
I'm having trouble even.
Yeah, for me, the B and D are darker.
Mm-hmm. I don't
Oh,
know
for
that.
me, it's
Tell on the D.
Yeah.
For me, it's A and E. That's interesting. It might just be all the background stuff I got going on here.
Maybe background for you because A and E are my lighter ones.
Yeah, I would have said A and E, Darrell. We're on the same page.
We can't even agree on the color. What's going to happen over the next
You guys are
hour?
wrong.
Oh man.
Well, why don't we start nose through these? We'll say hi to people on the way here, but we got some stuff to get through. So let's start.
Okay.
All right, let's start with A.
A little bit more.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And I won't
Cheers,
drink
guys.
this time, I promise. Just no. That's always
No.
my go-to. Whenever he says cheers, my brain automatically says drink. So, man, that smells beautiful on A so far.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Upon first nose, I wouldn't have thought Elijah Craig.
It's a little bit more fruity, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I wouldn't have thought Elijah Craig. It's bright.
Mm-hmm. It does have some of that brown, like sugar type of brown, like buttered sugar note to it, though, that a lot of those do get.
I know you just poured the 1924 and we're getting, it's so go into this, it's like, very rich.
Oh, that
and-
Ofo, yeah.
yeah.
It'll be
Mhm.
quite a bit of a difference.
Yes.
I like that Old Forester though. It got mixed reviews. Like a lot of people didn't care for it much, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh,
Same
we love
here.
it.
I don't like the price, but I love the
Yeah.
drink. Love the pour.
Oh, we didn't drink. So,
Well, I think all of these batches are between 130 and 136 proof.
Jeez.
So these are all higher batches too. So
oh, you're
just
gonna do that to us tonight.
Dude,
pre-warning for everybody.
Oh,
the
that's-
lowest is 923 at
Mm.
133 proof. That's the lowest proof.
That's the lowest one.
Yeah, because the 919, the 19s were high. They were like 135s and 136s. Then the batch 10s higher than that.
Ooh,
Okay.
C is really nice on the nose.
Oh man.
Oh well.
That's my jam. So you guys went to Kentucky and had a good trip. Anything stick out as far as your trip this time?
Wow.
So we were
That's
there.
a loaded question.
Yeah, we were there during Bourbon Week.
Okay.
And so we ended up being able to get a hold of 3 of the Barstown collection bottles.
Nice.
So that was pretty sweet. So I've never had any of them before in my life, so I was excited about that.
Is that the square one? Like the
Yeah.
the actual square looking bottle, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got-
know if I've had any of those. I've seen
Yeah.
them.
We got one from Barstown Bourbon Barstown Bourbon. We got one from Preservation and one from Lux Row.
Nice. So A and B are night and day different. Super bright up front on A. B is just super dark.
Ooh,
Wait till you get to see.
Man,
Oh man.
these are all
we're
different.
just nosing.
Sorry.
They are all very different, to be honest with you. You're right. There's a couple like D and E are closer together than the others, but they're all really pretty different.
Oh God.
Right? I told you.
Uh,
All right. I think I have my rankings on the
Those that are in chat,
nose here.
if you have any of these batches, I mean, obviously you don't know which one we're drinking, but pour some ECBP and tell us which ones you're drinking. So
Okay.
So Darrell, on your rankings on the old bottles, I know you said 10 was some of your favorite, and then 8. You didn't prefer 4, right? Over those.
not over those. I preferred 4 over batch 7. Batch 7, I think, is the worst one they did, although it's still really good. It just doesn't hold up. Plus, I think it's the lowest proof one they did too.
Right.
But it lacked that punch. It lacked some of the funk that you get on those pirates. Like I said, 4 was great. But yeah, 10 for me. 10, 8, 12, 11, 9, I think, in that order.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta
This comment's for you, Jamie.
I need more black teas like houses and jammy.
James Lay was in Kentucky with us. Oh, that's nice.
Oh God,
Right.
he smells.
Cheers,
fantastic,
Stacy.
too. Jeez.
Cheers, EJ. Oh, got Gus the Fuss in here. Oh yeah, the Whiskey Wednesday family. I like it.
Oh man.
So I shared this live stream on our Patreon, and somebody came back and was like, "Oh, I love the thumbnail. That looks really good." And I said something about, "Yeah, I didn't do it, or he did it, or something." And they were like, "Oh, David did it. That's nice." And I'm like, "No, David did not do it." I was like, "David couldn't do this thumbnail," because we saw the thumbnail too. We were like, "That's really pretty."
Yeah.
Well, you have those
graphic
videos
skills for
sometimes
that.
where
Yeah,
David's
Beckham.
in this chair in the meadow was my inspiration.
I think it was Beckham that was going back and forth with me about it. He's on the
That's
chat.
funny.
Oh my God. Shit. CD and E smell kind of alike for me. Shit. I'm trying to pinpoint some differences.
I feel like C was a little bit darker, but D and E for me were very, very close as far as the profile.
So are we ranking the noses first?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's rank the noses first here. Do you got a ranking, David?
I do.
I do. Yeah.
All right, let's start with you here.
All right. Fifth place for me on the nose was A. Fourth place was B. Third place was C.
Dude, I'm in the same order, I think.
D is
I'm like the
first.
first order.
D is first, and E is second.
Oh, okay. I think we're flip-flopping
Okay.
too.
What you got,
All right, how about you, Jamie?
So 5th place is A for me. 4th place was 4th.
Was D?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I said 4th. So 3rd place was B. 2nd place was D. And first for me was 3rd.
So,
C.
Well, C.
Okay, so C.
Let me
All right,
relabel these.
Kelsey, what are you thinking?
I'll go from 5th to 1st. I highlight Big Vic. Cheers, Big Vic. He's in for 4. Last place was A. 4th place was B. Then E was 3rd place. 2nd place was D, and 1st place was C.
Oh, okay.
I really like C a lot on the
So you're
nose.
closer to Jamie on that one.
Yeah, I like C a lot too.
All right, Darrell.
yeah, I take it back. I have the same rank as David. So from last to first, I go A, B, C, E, D, Echo Delta.
All right. Okay. I'm
was
the weird
hard.
one.
To rank.
I've got A is first,
What?
D is second, E is third, C is fourth, and B is fifth.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
after
Oh,
nosing these, A comes off way younger than the rest of them.
I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
Like it's like an astringent, like like
It's real-
that citrus, that brightness just kind of throws it off. I know it's
It
probably going to
comes
taste fantastic, but
It comes off real
The
thin
nose
on
for
the
me, that's
nose to
weird.
me.
Really? Gosh, I like the berries and stuff that I get off this one that I didn't get on the others.
All right, Uncorked won again
right.
last week, so he's in for another one. Cheers to you, Uncorked.
All right.
And I
Here
did
we
send
go.
off your stuff yesterday, so it should be there, I think, Friday in delivery. So
No. Nope. No. You got
All
to leave.
right. I got everybody in so far. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. Well, without further ado, why don't we taste some things? Hey,
I'm
wait.
ready.
Okay.
cheers, buddy.
Man, oh wait, is he back
All right.
in the States?
Starting with A,
I
right?
think so.
Starting with A.
Starting with A.
I'm going to go first.
Say hi and then you're going to run away.
Cheers again.
Cheers.
Hold
I see your hands.
it. No, hold
I'll hold it. Okay.
it.
She's trying to grab the whiskey out of the other hand.
Take my other
Oh, man, that's a good first sip for me.
my other hand.
I got your hand.
That's definitely the profile you have in your head when you think of Heaven Hill, right? You get the little bit of that sweet up front, but then it goes to that real peanut, like a candy peanut shell or a candied nut. It's fun.
Hi.
Hi, Kira.
Come on.
Man, I just get some rich,
Like a minute.
rich velvety oak on that too, man.
Yeah, it's
I miss that when that's not in an ECBP.
There's a little bit of bitterness too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you're getting more of the over tannic even like type of a thing. It's hitting you
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, I get that at the tail end,
Yep.
which is crazy because I know how all of these taste independently. Granted, this is the first one, so I'm surprised I'm not digging it as much because
I mean, it's
I
still
would
really
say-
good.
it is. But I remember each of these independently being better than this taste on this first sip, which is throwing me off for a bit.
everything's a little bit mid palate to the back. It's not a whole lot up front for me. And then the finishes, it's pretty long. It's not like super long, but it is not. It's thin for me on the palate. Like it smelled to me. It smelled thin on the nose to me.
Oh man,
That's wild.
Yeah, I kind of agree on a lot of that.
I hope I
I'm gonna
poured mine in
laugh.
the right order.
I'm gonna laugh if that's C923, which is probably the oldest outside of maybe the Pirate, and it's coming across like that. Like that. I don't remember it obviously tasting like that, but do that.
Man,
I didn't have both laser codes. I'll just say that up front. I only had the good one.
The good one.
So I don't
This
know.
doesn't taste like the good one to me.
No, that's what I'm
I'll say
saying.
that.
Like, I mean, the profiles there, like I would know that is Evan Hill
On sit, yeah.
profile, but it's I don't know.
Oh god, I think my
Coming
daughter's
off a little weird. David, what do you think?
So I never had the good laser code. I only have the bad laser code, and I think the bad laser code is fantastic. I love it. And so,
I agree. Like they're both very, very good.
And so,
Yeah.
you know, having them side by side, I'll be interested to see if we can pick out which two are like that close together.
Yeah.
But this one, I like it. It definitely is a Heaven Hill, but it almost seems like a little bit younger and a little bit, like you say, it's a little thinner. To me, it comes across as kind of like a maybe better than average ECBP, but not like a stellar one, if that makes sense.
okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think it's good. I'm curious how it holds up to the rest of these because, like I said, tasting through them prior, like I just remember having like a better time with it.
Yeah, that sip I just took now, it's like it now comes across as like a very, very dark chocolate with a little cherry on it.
See, the nose is changing a bit for me.
You can get the cherry
Oh,
that I wasn't
like-
getting before, but
it's like cookie dough kind of like cookie
That's
dough
the
Ooh, I
candy
can-
sugar.
I can see that
thing.
angle.
with like sugar on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like A. I'm smiling. That was a good first sip.
I like A, but I think you're gonna have a bigger smile when you taste through some of the other ones.
All
I'm gonna
right.
rinse out a bit.
Is all of the rye spice hitting you guys like right in mid palate too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mid.
That's where it's like punchy for me is the mid palate, like I said.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's
Feeling
interesting.
Some kind of
we
proof.
dive into B.
Let's move on. Yeah, B.
I haven't touched this glass in like 3 minutes, and like I still got legs from when I first swirled it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. Cheers.
And gals.
And
Cheers.
gals.
We have a woman on the
For those that have just jumped on, we got 55 people watching us so far. We are doing a epic ECBP flight. These were essentially
Oh,
our favorite four.
Wow.
Our favorite 4 batches, all up against each other blind. But since C923 was in
Wow.
here, I did put in both laser codes just for the fun of it and to cause chaos.
that's like light years better than A.
Yeah. I
mean,
agree.
it's like a totally different level palate.
Wow.
That's the good
Yeah.
spot right
I'll
there.
take this one back.
Yep, this is everything that like I want ECBPs to be. Outside of the old labels, you know, all the new ones just need to be like this.
Oh,
What's
wow.
up, Jay? Actually,
Oh,
we're
man.
doing our favorite ECB batch all the way back to batch 10. So it's going to be interesting, you know, if we can all like get up and out of our chairs when we finish this, Jason. So we'll look to. I think I'm the only one with a corded mic, so I think I'm the worst. Like I could be the one that
I got a
causes
corded
havoc.
mic.
Yeah.
Lays on the table.
Got Ben in here. Cheers, Ben.
man.
Oh man.
Getting close on the backbone picks, bud. We're getting news today. I'll keep you posted on that later.
I put this second to last on the nose, but going at this after A, like this is just like glorious,
wow.
dude. Like,
Everything.
Okay, I admit, yes, I smile bigger on B than I did on A.
Yeah.
Well, when y'all were like, wow, this is so much better. I had my first pour was like first taste was kind of came across super bittery too. Now it's second pour, third pour, or second taste, third taste have all been fantastic. But for some reason, at very first, it was like,
Mm.
I think my mouth's broken.
Just that.
did you rinse out before you took the next
Yeah.
sample?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I did
even
that
hits
too.
different
Freaked down
in
a bit,
palate.
but the second sip was
Yeah.
It's
I'll
You
sip
get-
on this for the rest of the night.
Punchy.
going to be a
all
lot
the
of
way
oak
from
tonight.
front to back on this one. It's
See, I'm getting
great.
like cheesecake, buttercream, fruit, cherries. It like the cherry is like very potent.
Yes.
Therapy.
Really
It's good.
How you feeling?
Oh
How you
man.
feeling?
Mm.
How's your head? How's
All
your head?
right. Good. Jot down a few notes here.
That finish though.
Your leg will be fine. Just the head is what I was worried about. I'm sorry.
The legs on the glass on B too compared to A is
Oh man.
pretty substantial.
Yeah.
This finish is like a gazillion times long. Like I still feel it right now in my throat.
Mhm.
It's
It's
crazy.
like dark, rich.
Yeah.
So I don't get that funky stuff that I usually get off like the Pirates, right? But this is just like everything from like I think it's a newer label, but it's just so dark, rich, dense, just sits on the tongue, it's heavy. Like, dude, like an A is minimum 12 years, right? Like they all are, but freaking this just doesn't even seem like it's in the same class. Tread lightly, guys. The floor is getting closer.
No, I totally agree.
Oh,
David,
man.
did you find that when you first got into bourbon, I know it was for me, like my friend gave me one of these to try and I was like, how do you freaking drink this stuff? It's so hot compared to anything else, like just getting into bourbon. That's one of the things that I remembered about ECBP was
Did you really even drink anything that hot when you got into bourbon?
Well, I mean, yeah, I got into the ECBPs pretty quick just because they're age stated available when they first dropped, or at least they used to be in Virginia. They used to be pretty easy to find. The proof didn't bother me that much, but my palate was, I would call it less advanced. I don't want to say advanced because I'm not advanced at all, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
my palate is more discerning now, maybe.
Mhm.
And I'm actually more sensitive to proof now than I used to be.
Really? Oh.
Interesting.
just because if something's super hot, it's kind of burny to me, which it used to not be that way. I don't know if it's because I'm just getting old and.
See, and I'm kind of the opposite where I feel like I can drink some proof and it not bother me, which gets me in trouble sometimes because then I'm like, oh, okay, that's a lot, So
Yeah,
That's the boat I'm actually in.
Yeah, these batches to me, like, I don't know, they're just so great in their own rights, but it's interesting going through this, like the discrepancies we notice even from A to B. So I'll be interested as we go through this, how much more or how much less the discrepancies are between them.
Yeah.
Now, for the record, B was probably our consensus worst nose. And now we can kind of hear
crazy because going
how
to
we're
the
going
nose
over the
now,
top.
Well, actually, no, I thought A was
Sure.
the worst. Like, I thought 3 of us said A was the worst nose.
Yes.
Well, if you add up the points, they're about the same between
okay.
A and B. That just because I was the outlier.
Oh yeah,
I ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, shall we go into C?
Yeah.
I'm nosing it now. Like it's progression. Like it seems like we're going worst to last here. Like this even just builds up a little bit more on top of B for
Oh,
me
man.
on a
I
nose.
love the nose on this thing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So nice.
You were talking about that,
This
like
is my
buttercream or whatever else. This one is all like that to me. Buttercream, vanilla, dark sugars.
Yes. Wow. It's got a very dark,
Mm.
Oh wow!
Interesting.
walnutty oak to it, almond or something.
Almond, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Has kind of an almond biscotti
Mm.
and cherries.
Ooh.
Mine's almost a little bit. It's a different type of spice that comes across. It's almost effervescent for me on the middle palate, whereas before it was like a stinging rye punch on the other two. This one kind of bubbles a little bit. It's different as
Yeah.
far as the experience.
This is the cherry. Like this reminds me of the 923 profile. Like I got because I don't really get cherry too much on Elijah Craig, but that batch gave me a lot of cherry. I don't know if it was the good one or the bad one, or bad one that gave it to me, but I remember getting it on both of them for the most part. But this one's like heavy, dark, like chocolate. That almond's there, but just cherry right at the mid to back of the palate on this for me.
The
That I
oak
really like.
profile is way different on this one compared to the other two.
Yes.
Way different how it hits comes across. So
Yeah.
And I got cherry on the other two. I feel like it's a different type of cherry on almost all three of them.
And I think
It's like a lighter cherry, like the maraschino kind of cherryness here, like a candy cherry, and then the dark cherry you were talking about.
Yeah, this is that dark cherry that you buy at the grocery store, man.
Yeah.
Which I have like 2 bags in my fridge right now. Dude. I freaking love them.
I feel like the proof comes across a little harsher on this one than the second one.
the what is harsher?
The proof.
The proof. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you saying it drinks harsher, or you just think it's a higher proof?
Okay, that's a better way of saying it. The proof is more noticeable on this third one on C.
Yes.
I agree with that too. It's almost like less refined than the first two to me. Something.
All right, I'm gonna go back to this.
The finish kind of falls off for me too, honestly.
Yeah, like there's so much flavor up front and mid. Even at the back of the palate, there's a lot of flavor. But right now, like licking the inside of my cheeks, usually I'll have some retention of flavor there, and I'm not really getting that much on this one, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I go back to 2, and it's still like melts in your mouth.
Yep.
2.
The second one.
Yes. So I'm surprised that this one was my first for nose, and now it's kind of fallen a little bit for
Which one was first for your nose? B?
C.
C. Okay, and that one's
Yeah.
stronger.
What's interesting from C to B, if you go back to B after drinking C, B seems so much brighter.
Yes, it does.
Crazy
Mhm.
bright.
And like it has this syrupy gooiness that just like melts in your mouth.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
agree
good.
with you. It has a better mouthfeel. It's velvety. It's a lot more velvety on the mouthfeel.
I wish we got more of this.
I think we might.
We did.
have more of
We
that.
did kill
Oh, you
2
did?
bottles to
Saved
do this
some?
flight, so
Oh.
there wasn't any more of this for anybody.
No, I would not be shocked if B was one of the C923s.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
B's
We have
great.
that
I went back to B and
Okay. It does
it's
kind of,
just sticking.
Gives me
Like
that.
wasn't it in
finish.
top 10
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
of last year? Top 10.
Yep.
I should have trademarked it when I heard it.
All right.
Would have made me some money.
Jonathan, thank you for the kind words earlier too.
Oh, yeah, let me rinse out, and I'm gonna.
I was talking about with coworkers today how things go viral and how stupid things go viral all the time. But
Yeah, dude, that's like super silly, but
yeah,
it did get trademarked relatively early, so
Yeah.
they're just cashing in on just free money right now.
Joe Parrish, thank you so much. Great Blind Guys love the curve with the micro batch.
Thank you.
Makes
buddy.
it interesting.
You know,
It does. It
I'll tell
does.
you, A is the outlier right now. Like it
Yeah.
tastes completely different
On
than
Tom Shanley.
the first
Tom
four.
Shanley.
Cheers, Tom.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support. Guys, it is 7:36. If you guys want to get on these super chats, make sure that you read the bottom there, scrolling
Yeah.
across what we're giving away tonight. And we'll be announcing some other things here shortly.
Dude, the nose
So
on B.
halfway through the flight here, well, a little over, but let me take time for just intermission real quick here, just to promote a good cause. This is in the description, is in the link of this video here. But our friend David over at 2B1B, who has been on the channel, he was in the channel back in December. Oh, we need to bring David back too. And he does this walk to end Alzheimer's each year, and he is also going to be doing a giveaway over on I think his Facebook page on July 27th for anybody that contributes. So just wanted to pass the word out there. You know, we love supporting a good cause.
Absolutely. Great guy, does great picks as well. Lance, good to see you in here, buddy. Cheers, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
Lance.
it.
Yeah,
Easy
cheers,
for free.
Lance.
My local man, well, semi-local. He's in Mass, but it's still like probably an hour and a half to get to where he's at.
I feel like anybody in that corner of the U.S. is just local to you.
That's because you can drive a mile and be outside of the state.
Could drive a mile in any direction and be out of my city. 1 square mile, the city.
It's not like Texas or anywhere else where you could drive. It takes 14 to 16 hours to drive across the state.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, at its probably the longest point, probably an hour to get out of the state, like the furthest. But I live literally 2 minutes away from Massachusetts, like right on the border. But Mass is pretty big compared to us. All right, so.
We going into D?
Yeah, I nosed D, and I was
go
like,
into D.
I kind of fell in love again. It was my favorite nose, and
Ooh,
I think
that's
it's
good.
still my favorite.
D was the consensus favorite. All 1s and 2s.
Man, that's like candied syrup on the nose, man. That's crazy.
That is.
So sweet.
Wow. That's puckery,
Mm-hmm.
but sweet. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that oak is way up front.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, wait, what the heck? I'm gonna have to take another sip. I think maybe the water I had changed.
I
that.
really enjoyed the sweetness up front too on that one. This one comes across most balanced to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's a
didn't get it.
spicy meatball mid palate, though. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm getting that spice note pretty strong.
Yeah.
It escalates.
It almost turns into like a fireball kind of thing where it's going towards the back. It's peeling off the sweet layers of the fireball, the hot and sweet. And
That's a good way to describe it. I like that.
Mhm.
Oh God, I
that's
don't
good.
even need it. I don't know if I gotta taste the rest. Holy shit!
Ooh, Ernest is in. Cheers,
Cheers,
buddy.
Ernest. Thank you.
My notes on that was like smells lovely, funky, sweet, spicy, pirate-ish. Like, went on the
Well, I
nose.
would say the second sip for me is way more like your palate acclimates a little bit. Like it doesn't get
Holy
quite that
moly.
punchy on the second sip to me. But
Second sip for me was the first one was a little watered down because I took a sip of water prior.
Man.
But that second sip was just lights out. I'm gonna take another sip, but holy crap!
Wow, the nose can definitely be deceiving, I feel like.
mhm.
This is
It can. That's what always drives me nuts too when we do like the blind flights because I don't feel
John,
like I learned
there's a,
anything until I taste it.
There's a turkey flight up for grabs. You better get in on it, buddy.
Top dog.
All right, top dog just got in. We got to restart. We got to restart from the beginning.
Oh man. I went to go turn my fan on. Like I got like a little just square fan that I sit on a desk, and one of my kids must have dropped it. So one of the blades is just
Oh wow.
smacked off. I turned it on not knowing, and it started vibrating and cutting. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Has a blade missing. I like to put it on when I'm streaming because it gets a little warmer here because I don't have a fan, and I can't even do that now.
Man, that's really good, man.
A&W or Barks cream soda. Which one is A&W? Is the one that's the yellow one, right? Barks is red. So yeah, I'm
Yes,
thinking
yeah,
A&W cream soda.
A&W
I haven't
like
had that in quite a
tan and
while,
brown.
but I'm getting like, I don't know. That's what I'm getting kind of mid palate into the finish. It's almost like that A&W cream soda.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Can see like a cola kind of
Mm-hmm.
fizzle.
What's interesting about each one of these is the oak hit's different in every single one of these, and it tastes different in every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't have expected that either. I'd
Yeah.
expected all these to have more similarities than they do, but each one's been a different
All right.
ride. mostly.
Doing another one. Cheers, man.
All right.
Good luck
Top
to you.
dogs in.
Yeah, I love everything about D.
Man, that's
Oh,
great.
man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the D.
Somebody
Wow.
record that down. Jeff said.
Clip it. Oh,
I left something upstairs, so let me get out of here.
Oh man. Playing into it. I love it.
All right.
Oh man. We good to go
Well.
on the D? I mean the E?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a quick rinse here after that because that's
This is
gonna
gonna
have an
have to,
influence.
this is gonna have to be like turned up a notch for it to compete for me because D I think is a few levels above. And it'll be funny if it's not the pirate bottle. And I'm thinking it's a few levels above during this blind. But that is just lovely.
Oh,
Canadian
wow.
Chris. I don't know if we've
Yeah.
seen him in here before. If
Yeah,
we did,
Canadian Chris is
We haven't.
well, cheers to you.
he's a dog row person, right? Canadian Chris.
Well, thanks for joining, Chris.
And he wants to know if this is the last time in the speakeasy for you two.
So the
close.
live stream tomorrow will be in here. I just don't know how much I'll get packed before we turn the live stream on.
Yeah.
So this will be the last shelf I take down, just because. So I got over there, all over there to get rid of and box up first. So
All right. So do you have a room already picked out for Speakeasy 2.0?
yep, yeah, it's bigger. I won't have to use the fisheye lens. I'll actually be able to put the camera a proper distance away from us, and we'll actually be able to walk around.
We
and
might
not,
look like normal people.
yeah, we will look
in the
like
camera.
normal humans.
My arm won't like get really big as I put it out this way, or small, however the fisheye thing.
I won't know what to do. We've been seeing this perspective for so long.
I know, right? We'll be two completely different people.
Yes.
Wow, this is completely tame compared to the other ones. As
I
far
was
as
thinking the same
Yeah.
thing. It's kind of
Crazy.
like a nice little
it's very vanilla forward compared to the other ones. Way vanilla forward.
That's
It's
good.
hitting that way on the nose too.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't taken a sip yet, but
That's good. Now I'm completely confused.
ooh.
That was even proof down for my water sip, and that was fantastic. So that
Yeah,
second sip, holy crap! I gotta see how that goes.
Cheers, Rick. Thank you. Cheers from Mississippi.
That first sip was pretty nice.
That was
Dude, I love Elijah Craig.
man.
Like, I just wish. I'm curious to see what the C924 is going to be. My local, like, they had the bees, then freaking they put them in their other store. So I'd even get it. Like, I'll get one, but yeah, I was surprised. Freaking, it got here relatively quick right around when you got yours, Kelsey.
Yeah.
But I just kind of want, like, C923 was a hit, right? Like, the other ones were okay. Like, that's kind of where we wanted. And it was a downgrade going like to A with the proof, but get back to that like 130 plus 12 year, 13 year, if they do that, like, dude, that's what we want from Elijah. But
Yeah.
we
Well,
shall
and I
see.
will say this: I wasn't a fan of the B so
No.
far. I'm waiting to see how it opens up out of a little air, but it was good. It wasn't like a standout by any stretch. So I'll be interested to see how the C comes out and if it's as good as the 23 or if we compete with it.
Done.
I'm getting a little bit of tobacco notes on this now on the last one.
Yeah.
On E.
Sweet tobacco.
Yeah.
Like packed tobacco.
Yeah, so this is still really good, but I think D for me, I think is where it's at.
Yep.
Wow.
But what's crazy,
Darrell's locking in. He's probably going to call it too. He's going to be like, this one's the pirate.
like I hope it's not. Well, I don't really hope it's not the pirate bottle. I think it is for D, but I don't know what the rest are. And like, if I was to have them blind like this, I thought I would be able to tell which is which because I drink them a lot. And I honestly don't know. Like A for me just tasted way too young. And I'm like, what the heck is this? It can't be like, I don't think it's seen. If anything, I think it's like the C923 that maybe the not so good bottle. Because A119 is freaking stellar.
Yes.
C919 stellar. And the pirate bottle is like,
That's crazy. How
I
much
don't think
Well,
I don't
Even
think there's
when I-
one of these that I don't like.
no.
yeah, I can
They're-
agree with that.
They're very likable.
Walker
ooh,
Hines.
Walker's giving us
good.
a ranking here.
My highest rated ECBPs, I have 15 plus, nice. But in order C923, the good batch 12. Oh, wow. So you have C923 above batch 12.
And then A120, E514, and batch
15,
2.
cute.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
I don't know if his ranking is like 5 to 1 or 1 to 5 though. I wonder if it's
I'm wondering if it's not the other way around.
Yeah.
But I could be
William.
wrong. We'll have to clarify, Walker. Which one is the your
That's
top?
our
and which one
last
is
to
your
first.
last? Yeah.
So 14 would be, so 10, 11, 12 is 16. 7, 8, 9 would be 15. So 4, 5, 6.
Someday I got to tell Jason a story.
Yeah. Well, Jason said the not so good
Batch
one
5.
from last year. That was his favorite, one of his favorite. So I'm glad I got the right one. I didn't.
Wait, what did he say?
Jason hates that we do this stuff with the laser codes. He's like, just drop it,
No.
guys, let it die.
Jay, you tasted the good one blind. He tasted it not blind at first, and I think he chose his. Then when he finally blinded it, he chose the other one. So don't say that. I was watching that stream.
John
It's
Cloud,
in the
cheers,
whiskey
man.
cloud.
We'll see, man. You can't get much more unbiased than what we're doing here.
Yeah,
Now, I will say,
like, I'm curious what A is, because A is the outlier. Like, it's not even close to the rest for me.
A has been my 5th place for both.
I think it's the Elijah Craig small batch.
I'm
It may be.
not as high on it as I was off the nose, but I'm not as low on it. as
It's not
everybody
bad.
says
It's
it is.
really, really good. Like I would drink that all the time. It's just these other ones are more impressive.
Exactly.
Yeah, it can't be better than you don't have it in last place, Jeff, out of what we're tasting.
No, I'm going back
Really?
and forth right now. You know,
Let me go back.
flavors. I love the flavors across the board. I know they all got their own nuances. What I'm doing is I'm A-Bing these as I'm really kind of going through more of the experience, and C doesn't have a finish for me, and it's really bugging me compared to even going head to head with A. That was actually just the comparison I was doing. I'm still not getting, like, everything else blossoms, and C is like I don't know, it goes downhill for me.
I can see what you're saying, but for my palate, I would much rather have what C has in it than to deal with A has in it. Like A comes across thin, it's peanutty, which I don't prefer.
It is the nuttiness. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I would much rather have that sweet and be up front and mid palate and not have a finish than have what A has. So
Yeah, it's not even close for me with A and C.
I'm done.
I just literally took a sip of A, then didn't even rinse out, took a sip of C, and it lit my mouth up. Like my tongue is tingling on the front, the mid, like it almost feels numb, to be honest, from what C did versus A. Oh man.
Oof.
But D, I kind of want to
Guys,
savor D.
5
So-
minutes call on super chats. Let's take a break here real fast as we're going back through these. Jeff, let's talk about some stickers, please.
Yeah, so let's give a little preview here. So
Get
everybody do like your A/B testing now,
Okay.
and then as we come out of this, we'll get ready for the rankings, and then we'll do super chats, and then I'll do the math, and we'll get the reveal. But for the stickers here, we're going to do a sticker preview. We got word today that our backbone picks. So we picked 3 barrels back in April. Now, the reason that we did 3 was 2 of them were short barrels. So we are waiting to see kind of all the final numbers on these. But we also then picked another one that was a full barrel of bourbon. These will be released exclusively on 3 different Patreon groups. This was a collaboration between Dusty Dan, Hello Again Whiskey Friends, Bourbon of the Week. And then we also had Ben was there from Whiskey Uncensored, Bourbon, Drifting Drams was there. So Katie and Ethan were there. And we had a whole bunch of other great people on this pick. But let me show you here the stickers as we go through this. So here is going to be the sticker for the, it's an 8-year Kelvin barrel bourbon. Now this is a short bourbon though, so we'll have to go through those numbers. But Dusty Wonka's Shorty Surprise.
Yeah, like 8 years, 4 months, 8 years, 5 months. It's almost 8.5. You know,
Almost
and that thing
8.5.
was
100 months exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So then this is the other sticker. This is for the other bourbon. It's called the Sticky Icky. But the reason that this is the sticker is because when Ethan drilled into this bottle, he got soaked into bourbon there. So you could just see him covered in it.
Nice.
So that was the inspiration of this sticker.
Nice.
And then the last one is a rye. This one is just a tribute to the whole weekend that we had with each other in Indianapolis. We're calling this one the Boot Clapper Rye. So these boots were made for clapping.
There's some reason behind it.
We got cigars. We got some Drifting Drams coffee. We got Ben poking around the corner there. If you can see little tiny Ben behind that bottle.
Oh shit! I didn't.
There's a whole bunch of little Easter eggs on these.
I didn't
But
see that. That's too funny.
These will be the stickers. These will be coming out shortly. So once again, if you'd like to get in on these picks, the best way to do it is going to be through Patreon, through one of those groups. Love that you join ours. We got some other barrel picks on the way. We are going to keep this train moving. But real excited to release these. So we will keep everyone posted as we have more details on the quantity and the price and all of those type of things. But once again, at least when it comes to that Sticky Icky, we know there's going to be 150 bottles or so. So there's going to be a lot to go around. And we can't wait to share some great MGP with everybody. Just getting this chance to pick some MGP barrels is so fun. And Backbone has been one of my favorite brands since my bourbon journey started, thus the inspiration for the flight tonight. Darrell, Kelsey, anything else to add to that?
No, man, you pretty much touched on it. Yeah, just great bourbon. Like we had a really good time over there at Backbone, tasting through, drilling into a couple barrels. Like you said, freaking Ethan got soaked drilling into one. It literally like shot out the barrel and was just like drenching him for a minute until we plugged it. But no, just good times, good experiences with good people or great people. You know, just make those picks like that much better, right? Like it doesn't even necessarily have to be like this fantastic pick. What? Like we want everyone to be great, but it's just the experiences while doing those picks that, you know, I love. You know, so we had a really, really good time. And like I said, we got some stuff in the works too that's coming. We got another pick in the next few months coming that I'm really excited about. But yeah, we're going to keep it churning, man, trying to put some good whiskey out for you guys and just
Black
continue
Bourbon
to-
Family. I cannot believe you've not tried
Never
Black.
tried back.
Becky.
Oh
So
my goodness!
you have to get these picks. I'm just. You have to get all that you
Yeah.
can.
Got
I'm
one.
telling you.
Yeah, Backbone's great, Jason and Brandy. I'm not sure. It's probably Jason, but it's great. It's good stuff.
Oh, so good. Here's the label if you've never seen it before, but
Mhm.
this has been some of my MGP for a while. I'm actually 9 open bottles deep. We won't talk about unopened
9
bottles,
of Backbone,
but
Jeez.
I am 9 bottles deep on Backbone here.
Jeez.
Wow. I got like
I mean,
5 or 4.
There's always some great barrels there. A lot of those are Maddie picks. You got Jason picks too.
Yeah.
Other group picks.
We are going to go ahead and shut off super chats. We've got about 4 minutes left
Yeah.
to go through our rankings. David and Jamie, are you guys pretty locked in on your rankings?
Yep.
I am. There's 2 I can't decide between, but we'll move on.
I know my
Yours-
first and I know my last for sure.
Yeah. I'm the same
Well,
way.
we'll be here after we finish. And
No, God, no.
So
No, I got my first and my last. Let me just figure out the rest.
Jamie,
I'm gonna
ladies
put that
first.
Here.
You want to go ahead and give your ranking?
Put that here.
Okay,
This
A is my 5th place. D is my 4th place. B is my 3rd, which my 3rd and my 2nd were the hardest places to match because I could have flipped them and then flipped them back. E is my 2nd. And then B is my 1st place and has been my 1st place.
Bravo.
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 Okay. So let me just say that back there. Alpha, Delta, Charlie, Echo, Bravo.
Yep.
All right.
David?
Got it down.
All right. So for me, A was 5th place. C was 4th place. This is where it got hard. So I ended up with D being 3rd place and E being 2nd place, but those 2 I kept swapping back and forth. And then B was number 1.
Bravo or Delta?
Right.
Bravo.
Bravo. Jeez, really? What the heck is B? All right, so this was E.
I think B is one of the 923s.
The 923s. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's the
Yeah.
bad label one that I have at home that I love.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Bad,
you have
no, I think A is the bad one. I hope it is.
Hey, gosh. Well, I guess I don't have.
Like but the thing is, I don't remember it tasting like that, which is bothering me. But dude,
All right, I'm going.
I can't. The nose is just not-
C is my last. It is still my last.
This is my 4th.
A is 4th. So David and I are pretty close
Yeah.
A is
so
4th.
far. We deviate here. So E is 3rd. Bravo is 2nd. D is 1st.
Okay.
All right.
So mine is going to be A in last place. 4th place is going to be C, which is surprising to me because I love the nose on C. And then D is going to be, E is going to be 3rd place, and then B is 2nd place, and D, as in Delta, is 1st place for me.
Wow.
Okay. So Kelsey and I are on the same page. We just flip-flopped A and C. We're all coming in pretty similarly. Darrell, should I do the wheel or are you ready?
I'm ready, but let's do a wheel anyway.
We've learned we have to give Darrell as much time.
No,
as
I'm
possible.
good. Like I got it written in, but yeah, do a wheel.
All right. Well, actually, no. Let's shoot.
want
I
it?
forgot to do the. I gotta do the double check. Let me do the double check on everything. So Darrell, why don't you
I can give
give
you
your
my
ranking here? I can kind of do both simultaneously.
what's easiest, last to first?
Last to first.
Okay, so last I have A.
Okay.
So A, B, C, E, D.
So your
Oh, okay.
nose and your palate lined up.
It did. Yep, you're right, David. You got that right.
Yeah, I
Oh.
went. I like because at first I was in line with you, and then I completely changed.
Oh,
Oh, no.
shit. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so D was first. E.
I think on the nose, Darrell had it in reverse order.
Yeah, it
And
was
he and I
A,
swapped.
B, C. Yeah, we end up swap. Well, I did initially, then I tasted D again. And I was like, oh, no. So we were the same. So it was A, B, C, E, D. And that's exactly how I have it for palate. So yeah, the same.
So I know we're splitting hairs here, but even without doing the math officially, A and C are going to be the
Last.
two competing for last. So
A.
I was higher on A. I was the only one higher on A. What does everybody like about A versus C? Or vice versa, C
I like-
versus A?
I don't think it's close.
I don't
Like,
know.
I can taste them again, but literally, like, I would choose every aspect of the experience on C over A.
100% for me
Oh.
as well. A
Just
just
A-
comes across as a thin.
Dude, yeah, it just
Nutty.
tastes young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I go
weird.
back to it, and I'm just like, ugh, no, I don't want.
Yeah.
That's what's bothering me. It tastes young. It noses young.
Ooh,
And-
C just like.
I just don't know which one this would be. Like, if it's
More
anything, I think it has to be one of the 923s. And I'm praying it's like the one that people said it's not that good. Because this doesn't taste like, like 12-year, 13-year freaking Elijah Craig to me. Like, it's good whiskey, just when you're putting it up against the rest of these, it just kind of falls short.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
C
for
all
me on
day.
that one, it's the more complete experience. David said it off the rip too. He was talking about the dark chocolate and cherry. I mean, that's what I get on the finish of that one and
On A.
on A. And I love that. Once again, C drops off a cliff for me.
It does.
Really, I still like it better
I
than
don't
A.
think it does for me.
But I think I like the upfront flavors better. That's what I was like debating between the two. Is it's experience versus flavors. I'd probably take the flavors of C, but the experience of A. Maybe I'll blend what I have left to see if I can get them both to play well together.
It's too like
All right.
prickly for me, too punchy,
All right.
bubbly
give me
or
C.
something.
Give me C over A.
Well, let's
day.
get some winners here. Thank you so much to everybody who contributed tonight to the super chats. Excited to share some good whiskey with everybody here. So we got the list here, double checked. Jamie, how many times should I hit the randomize button?
Tell him 0.
0.
Why are you guys saying that?
Because it's
Because they
already
hate.
random.
It is not
5.
random. Those names
yeah.
are together.
It is random. You
5.
randomly put those names in.
It's a trick question.
No, it wasn't. We just do this every single time. They yell at me for hitting the randomize button too much. So,
I need Adriana on the stream.
all right.
She'll back
So
this random.
this one is for the
randomness.
backbone. We'll just do them in the order that they were on the screen. So we'll do my flight, Kelsey's flight, and then Darrell's flight. Good luck, everybody.
Cheers, everybody. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you for the support.
Mark B.
What's up?
Oh, Lance.
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 Lance in that one. All right.
Would have been convenient for me if it was Mark B because
You owe him something.
I got him to send him some stuff. All right. Kelsey's flight of JT Malik. If you have not tried JT Malik yet, I can't
Yeah.
wait. Report back to us on this one because
Like, it's crazy stuff. I've yet to think it was anything outside of a bourbon. I thought it was a bourbon every time. Oh, Big Vic.
Big Vic.
Big
Big
Vic.
Vic. Again.
Wow.
Cheers, buddy.
All right.
I'll get this out to you, man.
Proof again, it's not rigged. See?
You did win, Big Vic. See?
All right. And then we got Darrell's Wild Turkey Flight. Oh, Joel.
Oh, wait, that's a new
Cheers.
one. I've never
Cheers.
seen that name.
Congratulations.
Now, Joel, hit me up at helloagainwhiskeyfriends@gmail.com. I'll need your contact information.
Yeah, get that over to us, Joe.
Jeff?
And I'll get that out to you, buddy.
Jeff,
Yeah.
would it be too much trouble if we threw in a blind or threw in a sample pack for folks?
Yeah.
No.
For another winner?
Can you
We
spill it out?
love the sharing. Thank you so
So
much.
we've got an Old Forester 1924, an Old Forester green label pick rye, and then an Old Forester blue label pick rye.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Very nice. All right.
Get out
One
your
more
note.
winner.
You can take it.
A flight of Old Forester. Love it. Thank you so much.
Wait, let me
Happy to
super
do it.
chat. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God.
Oh, it's right on the line.
Oh, Jason.
Jonathan.
Yay!
That means I get to drink it with them. Yes.
Yay, Giselle's. Congratulations.
All right.
Here's John. I don't know if he's still here. Probably got an early day, but
Now, Darrell,
yes.
if you can send Jamie and David his contact info.
I can get the.
I don't
have
think I
it.
have him in our
We have
spreadsheet.
Giselle's.
Oh, you got it?
I think,
Yeah, we've got it.
yeah, I think
Oh,
you
okay.
won before for us too.
Nice.
Cool. That was
Nice.
All right.
I'm
Well-
curious. Like, I need to know what these are, dude. I pray A is like the
So,
bad barrel.
so I just pulled out the bad
That's the
barrel
bad one,
from
too.
923
Yeah.
and tasted it, knowing what it is, and I handed it to Jamie. I was like, "Which one do you think it is?" Well, it's going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting.
What does she think it is?
You already gave your rankings, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All the
Yep,
rankings
yep.
are in.
Yeah, we got the rankings.
I think it's B.
B. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, shoot. We got a tie.
Do we really?
Yeah.
But the nose is going to come down to D.
I think D will take it because of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, because B's nose did not rank high on initial impression.
No.
Wow. B came
So
back.
B
Though.
took second? Or, well,
Yeah.
tied for first? Holy shit.
I'll
That's
do another
surprising,
double
'cause
check.
I would have thought D
Yeah,
and
that's it.
I would have thought like C,
Ooh.
maybe C, D, E versus.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good.
So
Let's go first.
A-
Last to first. Yeah,
A is a distant last. So
Yeah.
If that was my
C-
guess, I would have thought that was. Oh,
C is middle of the road, and that's fourth.
so
Then the
A,
competition gets
C.
tight.
Yeah.
So E
E,
was only 2 points away from a
D.
three-way tie. So E was third, and then B and D were tied. And D gets it only because of the nose.
Okay.
D as in
All
Delta,
right.
right?
Yes.
Yep, D as in Delta is our winner.
Dude,
So-
that
All right.
was killer.
A bunch of people are asking, what do we mean by bad barrel?
Oh,
We got the
gosh.
laser code, guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Different laser codes. It's not a bad barrel.
It's not
It's-
bad.
It's not.
bad. And that's
Well,
you'll get
we
it.
just did this flight, and I
You're a
don't
bunch
know
of
if we.
jokesters.
I don't think
we would
any of these
call-
scores are bad. I think
I-
that for some
I
people,
would laugh
they
if
prefer
A
one
is
laser
not
code over another.
the.
So.
I would love for A not to be the bad barrel.
I don't think A is.
I don't think A is the. I've never
That,
tasted
that
A
would be
before.
like, but
If-
A119 and C919 didn't drink like that for me in the past. That's what makes me think it's more on the line of 923, but I don't know. We'll see. That's
I
why
think-
lines are freaking great.
I think A is one of the 19s, Darrell. I think it's
Really?
A119. I really
Dude,
think it is.
that was my
Um,
highest scoring newest barrel or newest bottle of Elijah.
The
Now,
suspense is
okay.
killing me.
I would be surprised if that's A119
So
or either
one
one.
one of the other things to think about here before I get to this reveal. So there's a blind within a blind. So we'll see if A22 or A23 wins this between the C
Yeah.
923 batches. That is a whole lot of letters. That is way unnecessary.
So A's going to be at the top. Can you
Alright.
do it so you don't see them all? Can you,
I can
sense A's at the top?
try. I think I can. I
That's
think I
the
can bend the
last.
paper. Oh.
It's not the pirate.
Shoot.
bottle.
Okay, that's surprising. So A that's a distant last
Yeah.
is the C923
Good one.
A23. The good one.
The good one.
The good
Ah,
one
Interesting.
came in last place.
Wow.
Oh, I love my
Boom.
bad
Right.
barrel right here.
Let's blow
Oh,
up
this
the
is so
narrative.
bad. I love
This
it.
comes across just way younger and
Mhm.
just yeah.
Man, I
Even
liked
open
it on the
now,
nose.
like that's
man.
crazy.
Okay,
Wow.
so wow.
Okay.
Okay,
So I thought the opposite. I thought it was a
So-
923, but yeah.
all right. Jason's gonna be happy when we tell him about this later. He's like, "Thank you
Yeah,
for
exactly.
blowing up the narrative in the most fair way we could do this." All right, B. Oh
So
no.
No. You want to know
Okay.
C, right?
Yeah, so
Actually,
I can't do it in
That's
the way
fine,
you
that's
want
fine,
it,
that's
so
fine.
I'll know.
We'll
So
be in suspense.
C is C923A22.
The other one?
The last two are the C923.
Okay,
Are you
So-
serious? Okay.
Yeah.
C923. I'm gonna put good, so I know. And bad.
Now that's the one I thought was the A22 because it fell off the cliff. That's
Yeah.
the same thing I said when we did this before.
I demand a
So-
recount.
What was your rank, David? Which one did you have first?
First, I had B.
Bravo.
B. Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet. I mean,
Okay.
A and C were everybody's almost. Jamie and Darrell had C as third, but for the most part,
It was
this
my
wasn't too
fourth.
close. Yeah.
That was my fourth.
It was my fourth as well.
Oh, I thought you said A, B, C, E, D, Darrell.
Oh, sorry. I did. I'm looking at
Okay.
something else.
Gosh, you always do that to
I
me.
know.
every
I was
time.
looking at. I don't know why I wrote A C E B D
Alright,
here.
So,
I'm not sure.
okay, so A22 won this battle though. So screw the laser
A122
codes.
won the
but
battle?
there's a difference.
Oh,
There's still a
between that, yeah.
difference. I still think that's the thing that
It's a huge difference, dude. Those are
I
night
would
and
say
day
it's a
difference.
huge, massive difference, but the A22 is dramatically better than the. If that's the
crazy, 'cause I had-
23, which I've never had before until now.
Like I
it worked out in
blinded
this
it.
flight, right?
Yeah, when I blinded it, it was like the opposite end of the spectrum. Like the 233s were how the good ones were tasting today for us, but there's 100% a difference. As much as Heaven Hill wants to claim that there isn't, like there's no way. Like you smell A and B right now, and they're not the same whiskey.
So we can
Yeah,
never
yeah,
call it the
see.
bad barrel again, though, or the bad
Well,
batch.
bad, good, just different barrel. It's not the same. As much as I want to say it is, there's absolutely no way. And
All right, so-
we noticed that on the nose. Yeah.
Now with C923 out of the way, and we came to a fun conclusion on that, but the modern batch then
I would think C,
didn't stand up entirely to the
I think C is
to the other
919.
batches. Wait, which one? We already did
I
C.
think C is.
We did C. C's
No, we did A
923.
and B, didn't we?
No. C. C was 923.
Oh, sorry. So whatever my
Did I say that wrong?
fourth place or third place would have been. No,
I think
you're,
so.
you're probably good.
All right. E then is third place.
E as
And
an
that's
echo.
the Yep, Echo.
So that I think that's the 919.
That is A119.
Oh shit! Damn. Okay. So I flipped them.
So that's a really good A batch there.
And that was C.
So that was Echo.
Oh,
What I even
I'm
said
looking at my
Echo.
rankings, thinking
Am
that
I
they're
missing
yours.
something,
Sorry.
David and Jamie? Did I not say Echo?
No. So
I think Darrell does
Echo,
this to me on
I'm looking
purpose
at my
sometimes.
rankings, which Echo came in second place. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought would have been A119 because I thought
Gotcha.
third place for me would have been C919, which third place is C. So
All right.
I think C is 919, and I think D is the pirate bottle.
I know.
So the last battle then is Pirate Bottle versus one of the ABC batches. B was in second place, and B is the C919. So the
B is
Pirate Bottle,
C919.
It
the
was
Pirate
good.
Bottle does take the flight, but only because of the nose. So anyone in chat, I think the Pirate Bottles are like 450 to 500 on secondary. I don't know what C919 is, but I don't think it's that high. So that was by a
C919
hair.
was Bravo, right? B.
Yep. C919 is Bravo. So the Pirate Bottle is D, and C919 is B, Bravo. Did I say that right again? I'm getting Delta is the pirate.
Yeah.
Bravo is C919. That is too much.
And that was my
Code.
fourth place. Ballot and nose.
Wow. That was
So
confusing.
yeah, I fall suit to how I ranked them, like in the past. So Pirate Bottle first and A119 as my second place, which was my highest newer bottle in terms of ranking.
Hey, Darrell, what's the laser code on that pirate bottle?
There's some laser codes, but you don't got to worry about them on those.
No, I'm honestly shocked the difference between the A223 and the A222. I've never had them side by side before.
Mhm.
There was a noticeable difference, and I mean, if some people, like the Junkies did that video where they had just people in the warehouse just blindly tasting them. I don't get it. Like I don't understand. I'm so confused by the whole laser code thing now.
As soon as we tasted the first two, I'm like, it's night and day between the first two. The first two tasted younger. Oh, the first one tasted younger for me, which is kind of crazy because I was on the flip side when I blinded them before. But there's no denying there's a difference for me. Like it's night and day.
That's the fun thing going through this. That's why I wanted to sneak it in there in the format that we did, because there was no hiding them. I'm actually surprised that they both came in.
What batch was E again?
Fourth and fifth. E was the A119.
Okay.
Because I almost feel like the A119 batch E or our sample E was closer to the bottle, the 923 A22, than sample A.
I totally agree with that.
While tasting them, which was actually, this threw Darrell off Monday night too. So Dusty Dan in our tournament had a bottle of Wild Turkey Bottle and Bond, the 17 year. And he was comparing Dusty's sample to his own sample. And he was like, these are different. These aren't the same thing.
Mhm.
So I wonder how often we think we're drinking the same thing, and we do these reviews on all these things, and we actually aren't drinking the same thing. There's a batch, there's a difference in the tank or how long it was marinating. I don't know.
Yep.
I think the shocking thing to me is overall, I think across the board, we probably would all agree based on the scores, they're not getting better. Like the Elijah Craig barrel proofs aren't getting better over time.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing, but even the best of the the most recent releases, which is the 923, doesn't stand up that well compared to the 19s or even older.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what we saw. So we did a video on this a couple weeks ago, but we were able to kind of track that trend. And the batch 10 was above them all, and it won here tonight by a hair. But the 2017, 2018, no, 2000, and 2019 were great years, and then it started drifting off until the C923, and then it drifts off again this year. So
anything
it's tailing off.
21 from them were great. Anything pre 20 was really, really good. Like even the 18s, even though they didn't make that list, like they were really, really good whiskeys from Elijah Craig, man. Like 17 to 20 was hitter after hitter after hitter. Then when you got to 21, it was just like, I don't know. You know, that was like the first time that you're like a little weary about Elijah Craig. But up until that point, like they were putting out crazy stuff. Then you look at these old bottles, which were kind of on like a different level, and you're like,
I would agree with Jason on this part of it, though. That's usually the case, unfortunately, for a lot of dusty bottles versus their current.
See, but they're not even like that's.
They're not that dusty,
right? You can put a pirate bottle.
No, but I'm saying even going back to Wild Turkey, like you look at Wild Turkey 101 just from like 2010 versus now, way better.
Yeah,
way better. Like even shelfer bottles like that at $20-$30, way better prior.
I get that. it's
So for
Fun to do.
me, what's crazy is I really started getting to Elijah Craig probably in 21. And so you talk about how 923 is like the best since 21.
yeah.
But before that was, I mean, obviously better based on the rankings tonight. So it's just kind of interesting. And then the other thing, which I'm kind of forgetting now what I was going to say, but it was going to be really insightful and smart. But nope,
You
too
guys
many
just,
barrel proofs.
You guys just
Too
told
many
us
barrel proofs
we were staying away from the laser code thing at
when it happened because we
And-
just didn't have both. It was
and now you're pulling us into the
no, but I guess
mix of it.
yeah, I guess the thing that I did want to say
just-
was tasting some of this older stuff. I mean, we've had some Dusties. Dusty Dan sent us some old stuff one time. Joe Graves sent us some stuff, some old stuff. I just got a 1970 Stitzel Weller sample from somebody. And they're different and unique, but when you go back too far, they're not. And I wonder if there's now that the bourbon boom is slowing down a little bit, I wonder if the quality of some of the stuff is going to go up because they're a little bit slower to release it because they don't need it to keep stuff on the shelves. Like Wild Turkey 101, is it going to get better over the next year or two as the boom is a little slower? I don't know.
We'll see on that. They keep releasing more and more SKUs. I think that's the thing that kind of eats into these. Even for Heaven Hill, I mean, I got to imagine some bottles that were once earmarked for ECBP now go to William Heaven Hill and they go to the Heaven Hill 17, 18. There's all these new special releases.
Well,
that just
everybody
keep
was
coming out.
Everybody was talking also like they depleted their stocks by doing single barrels, right? Too. So some of those stocks that would have gone into batched products before are now
getting picked off. Yeah.
sold as single barrels. So
9 years, 10 years,
right.
11 years. They get
Right.
picked off early.
And
There's got to be a cost on both sides of that scale then.
Yeah. I mean, and you look at the differentiation of 8 years versus 10 years in those, like some of the 8 years kick the 10 years ass as far as single barrels.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, even when Jason did his pick at Heaven Hill, he was like, this 10 year is way worse than this 8 year. This 8 year is way better. So, I mean, that's single barrels. I get that. That's going to happen. But, everybody that I talked to, whenever they're worried about doing single barrels, they were like, man, this is going to deplete the stocks for the batch products that they're going to put out every year.
Well, and I mean, Elijah Craig is dropping single barrels like hotcakes. I mean, everybody can get an Elijah Craig barrel proof right now.
Yep.
Which,
Well, and they just started doing the same thing with Larceny barrel proof too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to do the same thing to Larceny. I feel like they just got some really good batches out the last couple of years. Now they're going to be doing single barrels of them. And what's going to happen to those stocks? How is that going to affect their 3 times a year release? So
David and Jamie, as a home warming gift, I'm going to put a flight together for you.
Thank
That will
you
be
so much.
Ooh.
ECBP throughout the years type of thing. I won't include the same batches that we have here.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool.
You can then taste it. We'll fill in more of the gaps for you, essentially.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, because you got a lot of like the earlier ones too, those 17s, 18s.
Yeah, I've got 22 open batches right now.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
There was I sent somebody
We'll take a little off your
I sent somebody a flight of all 22, and he just texted me back, and he's like, "This is overwhelming."
I'm probably in the same boat, like pretty close. Like that whole upper shelf right there is all the first 3 rows. It used to be the first 5 rows.
So I haven't bought A or B from this year. Are either worth buying?
I like A. I haven't had B yet.
I didn't. A was okay. B was just okay. To me, no. I would say no for me. But that's just
They're
me.
worth buying relative to the market today. That's what I would say.
So
Relative
for
to
a
the flight that we
for
just did, no. But
an
compared
11,
to things that are on the
12
market
year,
for $80, $90, it's good.
yeah, okay, got it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm still putting them all in the 80s, guys, in our own scoring system. I know we haven't done a review on like the B batch yet, but I gave it an 84. I mean, it's still good.
Yes, I would say it's still good, but I don't know that it would be mid 80s for me. I think it's going to be around 78, 79.
All right. Well, you need to fill that out then.
I do need to.
So how does it stand up to like a standard Jack Daniel's single barrel proof?
Oof.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Probably lower.
Lower.
Yeah.
Probably lower. The age is going to be, it might be even similar. Despite the fact that it's 12 years versus 6 years, it actually might be similar. So
Okay.
something around that same range, though.
Well, dang it, I'm gonna have to buy it now.
I wouldn't discourage. I still like exploring every single batch when it comes out, but
Yeah.
it's
I'm
been
gonna think.
rare that I put anything in the 70s or the high 70s in our scoring system. They're usually always middling in the 80s or they start drifting up.
And
like
here's the
ones we
hard
had
part,
here.
like for B batches for me, over the years that I've had, like the last 4 years, B has always, for some reason, for me, not been good off fresh crack. And Jason says the same thing, that, you know, we hang out together, that it gets progressively better the more air it gets, but it takes till probably just below the shoulder or a little bit below that before it really starts to open up. And it has been that way for quite a while for B batches for me, except for, I would say the one exception to that is B520. B520 for me from the get-go was great. I loved
that's a good
that.
one.
So the B520 and the C920 were two of my favorite batches in the 20s. So
Yeah, I really like the C920.
I
That was
missed-
the first ECBP I loved was the 920.
920. Okay.
We're gonna have to have you guys on Whiskey Row once we move into our new
Yeah,
location.
once we get the new
Love
speakeasy,
to.
y'all got to come on the live if you're willing.
oh, absolutely.
Let's
be
do
there.
it. Let's have some
Always
fun.
willing. It's always a good time.
I'll set y'all up a blind.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Ooh,
See how
That'll
that
be
goes.
that sounds like a good
Yeah,
challenge.
let's see how that goes.
Jamie's like, uh-oh. That'll be fun. Blind's always fun, man. Like, it takes that bias out, right? Like, I'm over
Yeah.
here kind of thinking I know what I'm drinking, then tasting it, don't know what I'm drinking.
Right.
You know, it's always fun. You know, like I knew, like, well, I won't say I knew, but I was assuming the first one was one of the C923s. Because it just tasted noticeably different than the rest. And it's still the outlier for me, although that was the one that I thought was better when I kind of blinded them, which is kind of weird. But nosing it now, it's still not even close to C, which would be the other 923.
Well, the pirate was punching me in the face.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
the
such a
highest proof, too.
powerful
The pirates
bourbon.
punch you in the face. That's what
Holy
they do.
moly.
It's 138.
They
Eight.
swing on the ropes across the ships and then they
So
punch you in the-
this is interesting to look at. This is
Smacking.
batch 4, and this is Bernheim juice, so it's different distillery, right, than some of these others that you've tasted. Look at the color difference. Okay, this is 4, and this is 10.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
I mean, it is
10 is so
night
much
and day
darker.
difference.
Wow,
I mean,
yeah,
it's so
the-
much darker.
Like
Am I
golden,
seeing
red.
10 being darker for you on my screen? Or
10
4?
is being darker.
Okay,
10 is
okay.
much darker. This
Yeah,
is 4.
That's like more golden. The other one's red.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, it is
Rich
dark,
brown,
compared
red.
to that. So
I love
I'm
10.
gonna taste them and see if they're even close.
Dude, like my batch 8 though, like batch 8 is dark. Like
hmm
look at that.
I
That's
missed
pretty
mine.
crazy.
I killed it.
I don't know if this is a 700 or a 750 either. Like it has all the Japanese writing on the bottom of the label, so I can't tell if it's a. Oh, actually no, it's a 700 instead of a 750.
Oh, it's a mini pirate.
Yeah. Yep, a
Well,
lot of them
these-
came in 700s.
Wow.
All the ones
These
that I
two-
have outside of this one is the 750.
Come across like the A and C did for the batches. So one is like 4 does not have a strongest finish, and oak notes for it as 10 does, but it's way sweeter up front. It's interesting. That's crazy.
Y'all
Well-
just keep talking. You always yell at me when I keep talking. David, I'll give you the final word tonight, but I think it's time.
Well, thank you so much for sending us samples, including us in the live. This has been a lot of fun.
Yep.
the writing I do for work tonight is going to be super on point because of the proofs involved tonight. So this is going to be a good evening. It's going to be some great work here. I'm going to go drink some coffee or something, take a shower, and recoup for a little bit before I start typing. But
I'll just spray you off with hose.
man, I appreciate y'all having us on, and we'd love to have you on soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Thank
you.
Are any of you guys going to the Junkies Pours in the Barn in August? Yeah.
All right, we'll see you there.
Jeffrey, we'll see you there.
Jeff will be
Jeff
there.
will be there.
All right.
I'll be at Jason's
Our
event.
first
You
time
guys-
going, so exciting. We'll know
Jason?
somebody.
Jason's
Yeah.
for Bardstown?
Jason's for Bardstown. I'll be there.
Maybe.
We don't know yet. We haven't seen any like posting to buy tickets yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
Last week of September.
Last weekend in September.
Okay.
He hasn't posted anything official yet.
Yeah, the
but
last time
last week of
we
September.
were messaging
September
with him, he said,
27th, 28th, but most people will probably get there on the 26th.
"Are we gonna?" No, that's not.
Oh, it's a kids weekend. 27th and 28th is a kids weekend.
Yeah, we're in Kentucky the weekend before doing
Yeah.
like barrel picks.
Yeah, we'll be at Old Forester the weekend before.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, that doesn't line up.
Ooh, babysitter.
Aw.
All right.
Yeah, babysitter, David. It's not like our kids
maybe.
aren't old
Well,
enough.
Our kids are old enough.
Bardstown has daycare. They're
It's
like,
not
wait,
the point, Darrell.
I got six
Well.
little
Stop
ones, man.
spending
You
that
just throw them in
quality
there.
time with the kids.
I know.
Thank you so much. We got 36 people still in here tonight.
Hanging on.
Thank you for hanging out with us all this time. Oh man, that was fun.
It
But-
was.
Next week, just to give a little preview to everybody, we're going to have Perry and Eric. Perry from This Is My Bourbon Podcast and Eric, the Whiskey Mutant. And it's going to be season 3 of Whiskey Friend Cart, if you know what that means. But we're going to have some fun.
Don't show up and
next
you'll
week.
find out. There you go.
Yeah, show up and find out. So thank you, everybody. We'll catch you
Yes.
next Whiskey Wednesday.
Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you for having us. Cheers.
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 All right, we're going to play the song, and then we'll talk to you backstage.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello